it's a partnership with Prison Fellowship Bahamas and FOAM led by Candy Gibson. So far, we have a list of some 100+ names of children. And so we're just asking those of you who are able to partner with us, contact me at 357-9410, 357-9410. We want to be able to purchase gifts to as many of those children. As you know, there are many persons, thousands of persons at the Department of Corrections incarcerated, but we can only fill the needs of so many. So we're inviting you to reach out to me, call me on the cell, text me, WhatsApp me, as we try to provide some gifts for children who lost their parents to murder and also whose parents are incarcerated at the Department of Corrections. And last but not least, I want to tell you about the special drinks, Maysu Listen, some new health drinks on the market. They're being sold at Sunshine's Deli, located downtown. And you can call me 357-9410 if you wish to purchase them. We'll play a commercial on that later. But most of all, we're looking for partners for this program. That's to feed 100 persons this coming Thursday. Right now, we're starting fresh, and we need at least, in order for this program to be successful, we need to raise about $1,500 to fund this program. And for 100 individuals, we want to thank those who have partnered with us over the past 2 weeks, but now we're going into the third and final week, and we want to provide 100 persons with a nice, solid meal during this holiday season. Folks, I want to thank you for tuning in to Transforming Lives Global 99.5. I'm now going to turn over this program to my co-host, Jackie Gardner.
A wonderful and pleasant Sunday. It is the time of the day when transforming lives, reach into the homes and the transform lives under the power of God. Each week, we say, call your friends. Now, we know you already have your friends at the radio, on Zoom, Facebook, channel 974. You're all over the place. So you already have your friends there. So we're now saying, if you have enemies, we encourage you every week not to have enemies. But if by chance you have enemies, call them also. Ask them to draw near. Transforming Lives is on the air, and we are able to change enemies into friends because we have great information to share with them. So let me give you just a split second to call your enemies and have them draw near, because Transforming Lives is on the air. While you are doing that, each week we bring powerhouse guests on the show, and today is no exception. We have our friends from the Kiwanis Club of Pinewood. Now, I didn't even realize there was a club in Pinewood. So I'm excited. I have so many questions to ask this club. And so I want to introduce right now, and then I'll let this particular person introduce the other members on the panel. So it's always good to have the president. You know how they say, ladies and gentlemen, the president? So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you on Transforming Lives the president of the one and only Kiwanis Club of Pinewood. Her name is Miss Janine Monroe. Welcome to the show, madam.
Good afternoon, Madam Host, Madam Jackie. And listen, that introduction, we on the map now. We on the map. If you didn't know we were there.
Yeah. So this is great time. You're on the map, and you're going to tell us how you got on the map. So back to the president. Tell us about the other members of your panel. Introduce them for us. And then my first question, because we have lots of questions for you. So my first question after they've done their introduction is, how did you get on the map? All right, go right ahead.
Thank you again. My name is Janine Monroe, and I am the president. On the panel, we have Secretary Garnell Kemp, and then we have President-elect Dominique Dean, and we also have Director Carmen Forbes.
All right, that is a great lineup, and just hang tight. Let's go to our first question right back. We throw that hot potato right back at the president. You're on the map. You were bold in stating that. How did you get on the map, madam?
Okay, this group was started in 2018, and it was actually started by the parliamentary Minister Ruben Ramin. Our club is not a political club, but he just saw the need to put a Kiwanis club in Pinewood Gardens.
Okay. Wow. That's a great. And why do you think he saw a need? Did he share with you the vision of the club? What was the vision? What need did he see that made it necessary to have a club there in Pinewood?
Well, Kiwanis in general is set up to help the less fortunate. And he is also a past president of the Foxville East Nassau Club. And he just wanted to, he saw, like, he was, he's minister in Pinewood. And he saw that there are a lot of persons that probably could need some guidance and some help. And so he just thought that we should get started.
Wow. And so when were you started?
Did you say in 2018?
Oh, recently. Okay, 2018. How many members, and anyone can answer, I know you have your secretary here. How many members do you have in that particular club?
Well, presently, we have 26 members.
Okay. And what would one need to do to be a member of that particular club?
Well, they would first need to visit the meeting and talk with myself. And we also have a board of directors. And they would need to also participate. We have projects. We have many projects. We have spiritual aims projects. We have community service projects. We have fundraising projects. We would just like to see, know what they're really interested in. We want to spread our wings, but we also want to know how they would like to spread their wings in our club.
Okay, so we have some members on the, I'm going to start now directly with the one and only lovely Miss Camp, who gave me that beautiful smile when she came in. Miss Camp, tell us a bit about your role within the club. Okay, you need to unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My role in the club, I'm the secretary. So I'm responsible for everything that comes into the club, whether it's through communication from Kiwanis International District or the division here in the Bahamas, and all incoming. And I have to keep records of everything that transpired during the year in the club.
Okay.
Record keeping is very, very.
I know. That's one role a lot of persons run away from.
Yes.
So I can be like, I've been in that role with club. They like to give me that position.
Yes.
Past president. I understand we have the past president, and it's always, when you have a past president and a president working together, that's an amazing thing. Mr. Past President, tell me, what is your role within the club, especially working with the president? I think that's Mr. Dominic Dean. Is that the past president?
No, Damien Sweeting.
Mr. Damien Sweeting. Thank you for the correction. Mr. Sweeting, are you there? Okay. There's another, we're going to come back to, because we always want to hear from the past president. I want to know how the roles play out within the club between the past president and the president. So we're going to come back in the synergy there, because that's important. I think I heard somebody. Mr. Sweeting, are you there?
Yes, good day, sorry.
Okay, that's all right. So there you are, you're in the chair.
Yes, my apologies. Yes, my name is immediate past President Damien Sweeting. I was the first president of the club when the club was formed. So I was the president for about, let's say, about 2 years or 2.5 years.
Okay.
My job is basically to assist the president and the club. Still, even although there's a new president, I still have to assist the sitting president, basically be an advisor. Because even though I'm out of the chair, she's going to need advice on certain things, so she can come to me at any time, as well as I step in for her, him or her, whenever you're an immediate past president, whenever your president cannot make a meeting or needs your assistance anywhere, I step in during that period of time.
Oh, great. Great. So the president has great support, and it's good when you have that continuity. You know, you have the president of the past, and you have the president of the present coming together to make the club a successful one. And for the Pinewood, just based on the little bit of information I've already heard and the little bit of interview before we came on, I appreciate that this particular president is all about reaching lives and wants this club to be successful. Did I articulate that correctly, President?
You did. It's
Okay.
been my work for over 30 years now. So
Wow.
I started in senior high school. So
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, great. So you settled in well into the role.
I did.
Okay, so I thought that this position was, it's a tongue twister. It's a long name, and I want to know the reason and the purpose for this particular position. And you can correct me, it's the club, let's see what it says. It's the Young Children Priority Chair. Is that correct, or did I miss? Right? And the chair of that is Mr. Dominic Dean. Tell us a little bit about that position and why was it necessary to have such a position within your club? Mr. Dominic Dean.
Miss.
Miss? Okay, thank you so much. Miss Dean, are you there?
I can step in for her if she's
okay,
not.
Thank you. Go right ahead.
That position is the foundation of Kiwanis, meaning that Kiwanis is based on children. We are founded on children. So anything that we do, we do basically for kids, for young people. That's why we have our Circle K kids. We have our builders clubs and stuff in the schools. So we basically deal from 0 all the way up to the age of 17. Kiwanis have clubs for kids. So the chair who sits in that position, that's her title. Her role is to deal with kids. So any projects or any reading, like we have reading projects, anything dealing with making sure that our young people become very productive and successful citizens within the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, that's what her position is.
Okay, and it just I'm not sure I was clear. Are you saying the main target audience with respect to the club is children? Did I understand you correctly?
Yes, ma'am. We basically deal with community. We deal with community. But
okay, you deal with
we deal with community and we deal with adults, but our target basically is children, is mostly kids.
Mostly kids.
Okay,
I'm going to let the president add to that. Go ahead.
Okay, if I may interject, he was talking about the role of the YCPO chair, that committee.
Okay.
Yeah, that committee, because Kiwanis is from 0 to until.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see why you want
that particular committee. Yes, ma'am.
I see why you're anxious to clarify that for us. Okay, that's great, because that was my next question in terms of who can join it, what's the age range. So it's from 0 to 99, you said is the age range? There's no limit in terms of it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, that particular committee deals with from 0 to 17.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of these.
I would like to add to that, YCPO, Young Children Priority 1, is from age 0 to age 5. So any children in that age group is underneath Young Children Priority 1, which we call YCPO. The other areas they speak of is youth, which is 6 to 18. And in that category is where the Service Leadership Program comes, the youth arm of the Kiwanis, and that will be K-Kids, Builders Club, Key Club, Circle K, and of course, Action Club.
Great information, great information. So this particular club ministers only to the children or caters only to the children of Pinewood? Do you have to be in Pinewood?
No,
that's a big...
No, ma'am.
No. What we as a club in Pinewood, because we don't have to go into the other areas to perform any projects. Kiwanis is from prenatal up to age 100. That's the age grouping that in the community. So we can service each area just in Pinewood with different service project. For instance, the elderly, we can do service project at the senior homes there, or we can have something for the elderly in the community. As it stands now, we don't have any of the service leadership program because we have 2 schools that are in Pinewood already, that other clubs have the K-Kids and Builders Club in those schools. So the school that we normally meet at Cleveland Enos, they already have a K-Kids there with another Kiwanis club. So for us to have a SLP in Pinewood, we will have to have another primary school, which that will not be. But what we plan to do is to try work with the school that is already there at Cleveland Enos, and we could work together with that SLP club if they allow us to. But we are planning on asking them to work with them. And then you have the other areas where the youth, so we have high schools, we have, well, that would be in the South Beach area, but that would be closer to Pinewood, CV Bethel. So if there's anything that we need to do there, and again, you find that there's a club that has a youth there, also a key club there. So any area between those areas that I said, we can do all projects in Pinewood. We also lend our hands out in project to the Nassau Village area because Nassau Village is, close to Pinewood. So we already have done several projects in Nassau Village.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, thank you so much. Great information. So if I'm understanding correctly, and I want my audience to zoom in on this, if you live outside of Pinewood, that's what I'm trying to get an understanding. If you live outside of Pinewood, would you need to join a club, a Kiwanis club in your area, or because of the way that you see the Pinewood Club functioning so effectively, could you say, instead of being a club in my area, I'd want to be a part of the Pinewood Club? Can you make that choice?
Yes, you can. It's an open option for you. Because we are finding now that members, they're just realizing that there's a Kiwanis Club in Pinewood, and they were to other clubs or visiting other clubs, and they realized that, hey, you're just around the corner from me, so let me come to Pinewood. So you can live out west, east, wherever, but if you choose to be a member of the Kiwanis Club of Pinewood, we will welcome you.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I just want to pause. We're going to now go back to the present, but I just want to pause. And just once again, reach out to our guests. It's 4:30, so I want to reach out, to our audience. I'm looking at our audience to see whether we have any questions so far. So I want to notify you. This is a group with lots of information. If you have any questions, please put your questions in the chat. I also want to pause because each week we get feedback from persons that are viewing on Facebook, on our other mediums, and they're like, you're in the Zoom room and we want you to include us more on the show. So I want to say to those on Facebook, welcome to Transforming Lives. We are glad you're here, and you made sure I note your questions. Those of you on cable channel 974 and YouTube, please welcome, and please also get your questions in. Okay, and of course, we always have those on the radio waves. You are here every week, and we say welcome. Please forward us your questions. There will be a time at the end where I'll also open up the mic and will allow persons to ask questions directly. So once again, welcome to the show. So we want to hurry back to our guests because we have lots of questions, and this president told us this is the club to be a part of. I mean, she was bold. I mean, she made no apology. She said, this is the club because it's happening in Pinewood. Now, we know Pinewood for some other things, right? But she's saying good things are happening in Pinewood. Don't focus on those other things, great things. And that's what they're here. I'm your person on the show, ringing the bell saying, this is Pinewood. We are here. We're here to stay. And we have good information, great information to share with your audience as to what is happening with Pinewood. Like they say Pinewood, what the young people said, I don't know if they say it any longer, but they say it's off the chain, right? Pinewood is off the chain. So I want to get to all this off the chainness of Pinewood. So back to the president. Pinewood is off the chain. What causes Pinewood to be off the chain?
Okay.
Yes.
Madam Chair, before I even answer that, I just wanted to also recognize we had a few more members on the Zoom, and that would be DS Michelet, Director Patrice, and Treasurer Calvert. What
Welcome.
makes Pinewood, yes, what makes Pinewood off the chain is that we're just small, but we,
Right.
as we say in the club, we're small but mighty. The little that we have, we just want to give it back. We just want to give it back. We would have partnered, we would have had a drive-through breakfast in October, a free drive-through breakfast. And listen, let me tell you, when I say those people in Pinewood, I mean, we're from Pinewood, all us from Pinewood. Most of us
Okay, you live in,
Pinewood,
most of you live in the
us,
area. Okay, you're
right.
totally
And
vested then. You're totally vested. I'd love to hear that.
yeah, and the looks on those faces of those families and the kids, and thank you so much. You know, they are really appreciated it. And then last week, Saturday, we would have partnered with the Pinewood Community Watch, and they had a free drive-through lunch. And when they saw us, they said, "Hey, Pinewood," you know, and people recognizing us when we go, "Hey, Pinewood,
Okay.
what you saying?"
All
You know,
right.
and like our secretary would have added is we don't only just service persons in the Pinewood area. We would have ventured out into Nassau Village with the grocery giveaway, with the clothes giveaway. You know, if somebody calling and they have a need and we can provide, we are there. We're just trying
Oh,
to give back. It's, you know, giving back is from the heart,
yes,
and
yes.
that's what we try to do.
Okay, well, great, great. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit. We're going to give an opportunity for Pinewood to give back. We're going to make an offer to Pinewood before the show is over. But I want to make sure I get this person in because I don't think I've heard from them. And this is Ms. Carmen Forbes. She is club membership and fundraising. She heads that club. And since Club Pinewood is off the chain, tell us what's happening in terms of membership.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. In terms of membership, most of the people that come into our club, they're basically community-oriented persons. We don't just accept anybody into the club because, you know, like your heart speaks for you, right? So you could come and you said you want to join the club. That doesn't necessarily happen. So as membership committee, you know, we just screen our persons properly to make sure they're vetted because, you know, we deal with both old and young, and we don't want to have any with your adverse effect, you know, negative. Also with fundraising, that's the fun part of it because Kiwanis indirectly teaches you how to beg. And regardless if the person comes and they tell you no, you know, you give them a little breathing space, say a couple hours, and then you go back. You have to be persistent, right?
Okay.
For most of the projects that we do, we actually have to try to raise funds for it.
That's
You know,
right.
like we have our upcoming Christmas giveaway now. We're working with community service, you know, to get these grocery boxes, and we want to do but 26 boxes, you know, for the community. That's each member is responsible. And daily, you know, our community service person, Patrice, you know, she would send out her little item that you need to put in the box. So at the end of the day, that's it. But most of our fundraisings are like from like mini South, because, you know, we could hardly do any fundraising right now on a large scale. Yesterday, we had the joy of having a little patio sale. We were able
Okay.
to raise a couple of dollars, but again, you know, with the red tape and getting the approvals from the police and whatnot, again, you have to be.
Challenging.
It was challenging, but I maybe were able to get more than we started out with. So sometimes, you know, it becomes discouraging, but then, you know, like you have to like suck it up. You know,
Yes.
you have to say, well, hey, man, you got people out there worse off than you.
Yeah.
Because Kiwanis basically, like the president had said, is from the heart. You know that feeling you get when you do something from your heart. right? Kiwanis also teaches us, spirituality. That's why we're so cognizant of the persons that we allow into the club, because again, we want them to portray Kiwanis wherever they go, that Kiwanian spirit, right? Membership again, fundraising allows us to, when COVID is finished, we used to go into the homes, senior homes. That's where we learn most of life's lessons from, actually.
Yes, absolutely.
Because, like watching them and realizing, hey, one day I'm going to be her. So what can I learn from her? What does Kiwanis teach me? I can keep on talking, but I can shut up. But I love
I think.
Kiwanis. Kiwanis is my
All
heart.
right, I can see you're
When I'm having
excited.
a
I see
bad
the
day
person already have you pumped up.
and I go
She has you
outside,
pumped up.
yeah, so Kiwanis is my heart. I could talk and
Okay.
talk and talk. So I shut up.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. We're always glad when we have guests on the show that is excited. You can feel the heart. You can see their heart is in it. You can feel the passion coming through the mic. And so, hey, it's good to have you. Thanks for your contributions. What
I'd
contribution?
like to add to the membership. Like Carmen said, members coming into Kiwanis, it don't have to be Pinewood, but becoming a Kiwanian, you have to have the drive to give service. We are not paid to do what we do, but our services, when we see the thank you, the smile on the faces, we don't need persons to come into Kiwanis to make up their resume. That's one thing that we don't need. And we find that a lot of persons want to become a Kiwanian and they want to use it for their resume. And I'm speaking from experience.
Right.
Person. But if
Right.
you're willing to volunteer to come in and help serve, volunteer 2 hours at meeting, and now you don't even have to dress up to go to meeting, you're on Zoom. So
Yes.
you're in the comfort of your own home. You just have to connect. So and then you have to, before you had to do like 2 service projects to become a member. Now we have to find other means for you to become a member. But once you have the heart to serve, we welcome persons into Kiwanis.
Okay, well, Radio Land, those on Facebook, you have it. The secretary speaks, and we are appealing to you and encouraging you to listen. Okay, so we've had a little bit about the membership. Let's talk about critical needs. You've been in Pinewood, you've been there for a while. What kinds of needs your club has observed within, especially in light of COVID? What kind of needs would you say are out there?
Well, definitely, I'm going to jump on that. Definitely food. Definitely, because COVID has affected the whole world. And a lot of persons in Pinewood, more so often, I'm driving through, you just see persons on the porches and the look on their faces. And if you have on your shirt, definitely, you don't have anything. Sometimes, you get the question, can you give me a bag? Do you have anything for me? You know what I mean? And it's rough. It gives you a kind of like a broken spirit, but we have to keep pushing and trying our best to try and meet the needs as best as we can. But mostly it's food.
Wow, well, here's the thing, and I believe in proper timing and proper place and proper connection. That's my daily prayer every morning. So it's amazing that on today, I didn't even know that that's the direction the interview would have taken. As he said, I'm the president of MG Rebirth Ministry, and what we are presently doing is we're doing something similar. My birthday, yes. This is my birthday month. It's December. So we have gifts to give away. And so at the end, we're going to talk a little bit about my birthday month. And there's a theme for my birthday. So for the person who can guess what the theme of my birthday 1 month celebration is, there's a gift for you. But back to the main focus, which is the Pinewood Club, what we would like to do, MG Rebirth, because we are presently compiling boxes for each day from day 1 to day 23. My birthday is on the 23rd. And on the 23rd, we wanted to make these boxes available to deserving persons. So we're going to partner with you. And for the boxes that I have, I'm going to get some information at the end, and we will make those boxes available to the persons
Yes.
within Pinewood. All right.
Thank
Yes,
you.
So
yes,
Thank
yes,
yes,
you.
Awesome, awesome,
I
awesome.
definitely. So
Thank you.
I put on my president hat. Hopefully, I don't get. Please forgive me, but I just felt impressed to do that. Because I want you to know that the struggle is real, and I'm glad that you were very real and putting the food matter to the table. You know, sometimes we tuck it under other things, but it is real from where we sit. And that's the reason why Transforming Lives, that I'm so proud to be a co-host of and to be a part of, is partnering, like the host said, the one and only Mr. David Williams said at the very beginning, partnering with Global 99.5 FM, another station very concerned about feeding those who are less fortunate. We have some other partner, like I said, MG Rebirth is partnering, and we have other persons that we are appealing. So we want to put this plug, pause right here to say, please join in with us as we try to feed the less fortunate. We have also a feeding program, so we don't want to interrupt that in any way. On Thursday, this coming Thursday at Sunshine Deli, we will be giving out food. Before we had a program and we had ID, and we're going to make it very simple for our last program. The first 100 persons that show up at Sunshine Deli from 11:30. It starts at 11:30. So you need to be there 11:30 because we have run out of food in the past. So we want to serve the first 100. Please find your way to Sunshine Deli 11:30, and the food is good and the food is free. So going right back now to our Pinewood Club, in addition to food, because we're so excited now to hear that it's obviously, you have your hands on the pulse, you have your hands on the buzzer, you know what is happening. So next to food, what would you say is the next leading need within the Pinewood area?
Mentorship.
Right. And the next need off the bat would be mentorship.
Wow.
Mentorship and mental advisement at this time, because everybody's going through a time, and I'm telling you, looking on the faces, we're not as happy as we used to be. I used to see a lot of the young guys that used to be in the parks, but I know COVID has locked us away in our homes, but everybody's going through something. And so that mentorship, that's second.
Okay. And what kind of mentorship programs do you have?
Like psychiatry. I would say psychiatry specific, but if you can get maybe a few persons that would probably host a little talk with you. Let's call it talk with you.
Okay.
Madam,
Okay.
could I talk about that?
Sure, go right ahead. Because as you mentioned in this, we're trying from my perspective, I'm trying to see how we can assist club, like it's a small club, how we can assist and how the public can assist. So you make sure get everything out there. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, Madam Co-host, we are in the process at this time trying to start a mentorship program within the community of Pinewood. We need professional persons. If anybody out there is listening and you are a professional counselor, if you can reach out to us, please reach out to us, to our president or secretary, send your number. We can reach out to you so that you can help us in creating this mentorship, because like our president said, at this point in time, COVID has hit so many of us, and funds and paying your bills and stuff is not as easy as it used to be.
Okay.
As you look at it right now, we see so many things happening right now due to persons, not being able to do and provide the way they used to. So I would like to make a plea to anybody, any professional counselors out there that's willing to assist us. Please reach out, because we are starting a mentorship program within the community, and we
Wow,
need the help.
that's commendable. That's excellent work. Let's go back to mental health. And I'll tell you why this is a baby of mine. Recently, let's say about 3 weeks ago, we had professionals on the station and on our show dealing with this whole matter of mental health. And they revealed to us some information that was, I mean, I've not been the same since that show. I'm talking about the plight of the Bahamian people and the plight around the world. And they spoke about the fact that, you know, they're now seeing more calls than ever. And these calls are coming from people from a cross section of, you know, different places in life, professionals, blue collar, doesn't white, black. It has no one common thread. It's just coming from people. And they were very concerned, especially in light of it being Christmas. Christmas is a time of great celebration for some, but for many, it is one of the most difficult and trying time of the year. From where you sit, from where the people of Pinewood Gardens sit, what kind of vibes are you feeling in the air in terms of mental health? And how can the public help?
Pinewood and survivors.
It's vibrant?
No, Pinewood, we need to get, like my IPP said, we need to get our mentorship started right away.
Right away.
You said it's coming around Christmas, yes it is, and it's really pressing. Besides from not, especially fathers, mothers
Yes.
not being able to provide food for your children. This kind of time, you know, kids are always looking at a small gift or so. So everybody is getting a little depressed in their spirit.
Yes.
You know, sometimes I wake up and I just have to pray about it.
Yes.
I'm just
I've been doing the
thankful to
same.
God that I still have a job. But
Yes.
there are many, I feel for them, because how can you tell your children you don't have anything to give them to eat? No, mommy can't buy you a little dolly. I mean, you're not looking for big gifts, but anything at all. So, you know, persons, and I would even go as far as to reach out to our churches in the area. You know, we have to put this mentor and mental little group together right away. We are
Wow.
dwindling down faster than we even know it.
Yes.
So I would, you know, put out a plea to our churches. I know they have their little groups, but we have to work a little harder. We have to, even persons who probably, maybe not, I say professionals, but then you've worked around children, you've worked
Right.
around adults. You know, if you can offer your time, you know, that would be appreciated.
Wow. I'm glad that you extended beyond the professional, because that could be in mental health, because there are other persons who do have training in that area, albeit they might not be in the mental health, a professional in mental health. They do have training. I think that will be able to assist your program. So I'm glad that you've extended it to, you know, others, because the more you have, more hands, more work you can do. So I want to join in with you and definitely appealing to the public to please, 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 this is Pinewood. This is the Kiwanis Club, and the Kiwanis Club is on the move. They want to make an impact in the community, and they need you. And you are regular listeners on Transforming Lives. And you know, that's what we're about. We're about transformation. So here is a group that is also interested in transformation. So we could call it Transformation Squared. You know, that's taking transformation up to a whole nother level. A whole nother level. Okay, so we talk a little bit about mental health, and I just want to put a plug here. I just want you to pay special attention also for those persons in the community, because one of the things that was pointed out on the show was that, you know, whereas they might be able to address and deal with those who are calling on the lines, it's those who are in the homes that are quiet and not saying anything. They are the real trigger pushers. You know, feeling isolated. And sometimes as a people, we believe that there's something wrong with, we're weak if we reach out for help. I want you to speak as the president, and you can have your past president, okay? So you're leaders of the club. As president, and also I'd ask the past president to join in. What would you say to the person isolated, needing help in the Pinewood Gardens area, and thinking to themselves, I am weak if I reach out for help?
I would say to that person in the home, please do not feel that you are weak. You are human and you have human needs. You have a family, you have kids. Nobody's looking at no one side eye. because everybody is going through it now. Everybody. I may add that our club, we may not be billionaires. We're not financially up there. But like I said in the beginning, whatever we have, we just try to give it back.
Give
So
us.
if you have a need, you have to try and reach out, reach out. Don't feel no kind of shame. Because if I pass in somewhere and I'm hungry, me who working and I'm hungry, I'm taking that plate. I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? And I mean,
Yes.
just to say,
Yes.
if you are hungry, you know, you have a need, like I said, we're not really financially billionaires, and we're looking for partners. Anybody who wants to partner with us, who feel that they want to give us some canned goods so we can reach back in the community, we are here. We will take it. So
Wow.
yes,
Okay.
don't be
Well,
afraid, don't be ashamed. That's right.
yeah, wow, great. Well, like I said, MG Rebirth will commit to that. You will definitely hear from us. I'll get some contact information from Dave, or you can reach out and get my contact, and we stay connected, and we will become a part of that feeding program. And I also want to appeal to those who are listening. Please, those of you who know prayer and the power of prayer, cover the Bahamas, cover the Pinewood area. Get up at night. When you get up at night, as opposed to going on your PlayStation and going on Facebook, please take some additional time to remember not just the people of Pinewood Gardens, but people everywhere. This is a difficult time, and more prayer that we have, more power. So we talk a
Madam
little.
Chair, Jackie, I would just like to add, you know, no one ever thought of this to happen. And we have to be considerate and understand that this is the will of God, more or less, okay? And if we trust him and we, you know, talk to him like we are talking in a conversation now, a lot of that will help individuals.
Yes.
You talk about being lost in a home. How is it that you can be lost in a home when you have your family with you? You know, our problem is that we strayed away for too long the family structure of this island. And now that COVID has hit this island, let's talk about here, we don't have that family structure because everyone was just going, and coming back. And then the next couple of hours, you're back up again. And it's just a revolving door. So now it's time to spend time with your family, and you don't know how to do it. But every day is a learning process. Yes, you didn't have the family time before. You never enjoyed the family time before. But now Mr. COVID or Miss COVID is giving you that time to have a family time. And that's what we need to get back to, family time. So there's no reason for anyone to be lost in a home. And if we had learned to improvise and make do with what we have, it will be better for us. But we need to trust God, and we need to talk to God. We need to let him know what is happening in the Bahamas for true. Whether it's COVID or not, no child should be hungry. No one should be hungry in this little Bahamas, you know. And now you have, my father and I was talking today, we were saying, if no one had offered help, what would have happened? I know they would not have died. They would have found a way to get something. But because so many persons are offering, the mind is just not thinking outside of the box. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand you.
So
I think that
it's a test with reality of life. It's a test. So all the bad things that you were doing, it's giving you a chance now to regroup, reconcile your life. Because this is not here to stay. We might have it for another couple of years, but we got to get adjusted to it. You understand what I'm saying? We have to get adjusted to this. This is something that just boom on us. No plan, no nothing. But we have to look at it for the next, this could go for the next 3-4 years. Who knows? No one knows. But we have to adjust ourselves every day. We can't just be thinking on looking for a handout. What disturbing me with this handout? You have the same persons going everywhere, and the ones that really, really need, they are the ones who are not going out, and we don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Okay. The other day they had 3 days Okay? Who took a checkout point? Day 1, 3,000 boxes went. Day 2, 3,000 boxes went. Day 3, 3. It could be the same person collecting those boxes. You need to have a checkpoint to make sure everybody, every family gets something. Families still out there not getting anything
with you.
because of the greedy persons. So if we are our brother's keepers, and you get one box satisfied with your box, so someone else could get. You know.
Thank you. I need to.
This is not helping at all because we are still greedy. We still all for me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I appreciate your point, but in the interest of time, we are like 4:57, so I just need to get one more. You've made some excellent points. Yes, we have persons in all. We can't ever make a general statement for all. So we have persons in all those different categories. So we have persons that genuinely need the help, and we have some that are abusing the help. We can't stop helping because persons are abusing the system. What we need to do is we need to find ways to address the abusers. Okay, ask God for the wisdom, knowledge, but keep giving help. So and I want to keep everybody, keep giving help to those that need it. So that will cover both sides of what you're saying, but point well taken. But in the interest of time, I just need to wrap it up. What kinds of activities? I don't want us to end. Moving forward, what kinds of activities? I know you spoke about your mentoring program, and I know you spoke about the need to feed the persons in your community. Is there any other project before we have to close that you would like to mention that you would like to get the public support?
Well, we have a monthly distribution of cleaning supplies to the Twilight Seniors Home in Pinewood Garden, and also the A&A Seniors Home. And we also do tea supplies to the Sister Cancer Group. Most of all, what we would like people to help with it, like I said, the food. We can package them up, and then we can walk around the area and give them out, because you have an idea of the homes that need it. All the homes need it, but the emergency home persons, because we would have taken some names and numbers last week. And we're partnering, with Fellowship. They have been an awesome support to us with lending us their parking lot or even their auditorium. And we would have gotten just a list of names as well. I think at the earlier part of your show, you would have mentioned something about the kids of persons that are incarcerated. We would have just gotten a list yesterday. So we need to work on that. So
there you have it.
Thank you so much.
What we really need is funding. I know it's hard, but if any corporation or can lend us, can give us a little $1,000, $2,000, or whatever in funds that they can give us will help us greatly.
Okay,
so also that we have to do, yes.
Okay, so we have funds, the Radio Bahamas, person on Facebook. I know this is Christmas time. This is the time of giving. This is the time that you can get involved with. Like I said, it's my birthday month and I have a theme. Yeah. Blessed to be a blessing. And it works. I see the president, she cannot believe it. It works well. It works well with the Pinewood Club, because that's what they're talking about, giving back. They are talking about blessings. So you see how God, he puts things together, right time, right places. The president is all over this now. Right time, right places, and right people. So I'm asking my viewers on Facebook Live at 5:45 that comes on every Saturday to join in with this Pinewood Gardens Club. They're doing an awesome job. And that's a huge community. Great work for a huge community. And we want to make sure that they're successful. So even on my Facebook Live at 5:45, all my viewers, I want you to join in. I have also asked you to also compile grocery bags. So please, let's do this. So not only will MG Rebirth join in with Pinewood Gardens, I'm asking also my viewers on Facebook Live to join in, and those grocery bags that I asked you to collect, I don't care how many, if it's 1, 2, 3, let's make all of them available to the Pinewood Garden Kiwanis Club.
Amen.
All right. What do you think
So
about that?
just before you go,
Amen.
Madam Clerk,
Go right ahead,
just
Mr. I
before
know
we
you were trying to
leave,
get a word. Go right in.
yeah, just
Go
before we
right
leave,
ahead.
I would like to add, just before we leave, we started a story time here in Pinewood with the Buttonwood Preschool, whereas if that we ask persons in the community, we know that at this time some kids are very idle, they're not doing anything. So if you
Oh,
want
that's
your
nice.
stationary at just for an hour, just for 1 hour. We would like it for persons to just have their kids come in and listen to some story time. We have different persons within the club as well as Buttonwood Preschool that read stories to the kids. Our last one was actually on last week, this Wednesday past, but we will start back up again in January. Please look out for the Kiwanis Club of Pinewood. We will be sharing the information on Facebook as well as social media. All right. So if you want your kids to tune in and to listen to some stories, please partner with us and join in. And though anybody out there who would like to be a part of this and want to read stories to the kids, also reach out to us. Thanks.
All right, that's an excellent program. We want to make sure our children are off the streets and that they're hearing positive messages. And one of the ways to do it is story time. I'm a strong believer in story time. So I don't know. I think one of your guests might have returned to the show. I hope I have engaged all the members of your team. Miss President, is there anybody else that we need to?
We have
We had our treasurer on. Maybe if she want to say hello, Treasurer Calvert.
Treasurer? I think there was one other person was having technical difficulties. So a very quick statement.
We have our past lieutenant governor, Christopher Ramming. He's on. He's
Okay.
our past lieutenant governor.
Our past lieutenant governor, Christopher Ramming, is on. If you want to say hello.
Okay, very quick word to both of you before we end. I think that they might not have had access to the mic, so that might be difficult.
We have Distinguished Secretary Michelet, if she want, Director Patrice, if you want to say hello.
Either one of you. Can we unmute their mics? I'll be able to identify. Can we unmute all the mics so that they will have access to? So if you're out there, I think the host is unmuting mics, so.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Mr. Rami?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
I would like to thank the Pinewood Club for their service towards humanity regarding the victims from Hurricane Dorian. That club assisted with the people from Abaco tremendously. Even one of their members went to Abaco to assist from last year, and she's still down there.
Wow.
So Pinewood is reaching out to the whole Bahamas. Also, Pinewood want clubs and businesses in the area to subscribe to the Visions discount card, where businesses could sign up to assist members of Kiwanis, and we will provide assistance with their businesses, and we will put more money into the public. Everything we get from the public, we put back into the public. Kiwanis Club is a joyful club. Do you know that our administration runs on the money that we find one another? So that is a joy that we are fine to do more to give into our community. So we are filled with charity, and we wish Pinewood the best of success for another couple years with your help, ma'am.
Thank you so very much. We have one in the interest of time. One other comment. I think we want to make sure we get your main persons in. There was one other person that you wanted to have a word.
We had our Treasurer Calvert. Are you still on? No, she's gone. We had our Director Patrice. Or Distinguished Secretary Michelet.
They shy, they shy.
Oh, they're shy. Okay.
All right, they're shy, but we're still glad to have them here. Well, go ahead. So I'm going to give you as the president, as we are about to close, I'm going to give you your final comment.
Okay, well, we want to thank you so much for having us on your show today, helping us to get the word that Pinewood is out there, and we're trying our best to assist our community. We ask you to pray God's blessings over us, that we may multiply whatever the little that we have, so that we may feed and service more families in the area. So thank you so much for having us.
All right. Well, thank you so much to the unbelievable, I can see hardworking, passionate team within the Pinewood Gardens area. So glad to have you on the show. Hope you'll be back sometime soon in the future. 2021, you'll be telling us about your new plans, your new vision for 2021. Person said, let's do 2020 and then let's start afresh in 2021. So hope to see you then. Thank you for coming to the show. We want to invite you and want you to invite your members to make sure that they tune in every Saturday, right? So Saturday, Facebook Live at 5:45, Jackie Facebook Live. And then more importantly, that they tune into Transforming Lives every Sunday right here on Global 99.5 FM. Like we're on Facebook, we're on Zoom, where we transform lives under the power of the Holy Spirit. This has been Jacqueline Gardner, your host. Now I noticed we had some, in the interest of time, we can't get some of those questions and one or two of those questions in the chat. We'll look at them afterwards and see whether we need to follow them on or whether they're questioning. Okay, somebody have typed your address in that's excellent. Someone have typed your address. So please take note of the address. But for those who are on the radio, I'm going to give you the number if you don't mind. I'm going to just read the email address and the telephone number because on the radio, they're unable to see the information in Zoom. So the president is Ms. Janine Monroe. The email address of the club is, and the person just moved it out of view, Pinewood. Okay, there we have it. Pinewood Club. Okay, 20, you can go ahead.
Okay, it's Pinewood Club 2020 Kiwanis at gmail.com.
And the telephone contacts?
The telephone contacts are 457-4924 and 449-4646.
And once again, what days you meet on, what day or days and the time and location?
We meet on Tuesdays and we are still on Zoom and it's at 7 p.m. and we are at Pinewood Club 2018 on Facebook.
All right. Thank you so much. My friends in Radio Land, on Facebook, Zoom, and all the other mediums, it has been a pleasure having the Kiwanis Club of Pinewood. It has been a pleasure every week serving as your co-host. And now I'm ready to turn the show over to the one and only Mr. David Williams. Mr. Williams, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thanks. I want to thank those persons for having joined us on the program Transforming Lives on Global 99.5. We're here every Sunday, 4 to 5. Also cable TV 974, YouTube, Facebook Live. And so I thank you for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to you. I know you may have your plans, but I'm still looking forward to you partnering with us with Prison Fellowship Bahamas, the Angel Tree program. That's where we give gifts to persons, children whose parents are incarcerated, as well as those who lost their parents to murder. A partnership with Candy Gibson and Foam. Also, next Thursday, we're planning a giveaway for 100 persons at Sunshine's Deli. And so we're still looking for more sponsors on board. And so whatever you have, 357-9410, reach out. You can sponsor a meal or two if the budget will accommodate it. And so I just thank you, encourage you to join us every Sunday, 4 to 5, Global 99.5 on behalf of my co-host, Jackie Gardner, myself. We always end the program by reminding you that there's nothing more important than that personal relationship with Jesus Christ, which gives you and I the eternal life. Because when this life was ended, the only thing that would matter, where will you spend eternity? Dave Williams, Jackie Gardner, have a wonderful afternoon.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Please invite us again.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
In a few moments. All right. I'll be getting in contact with you with that address. In a few moments, we'll close the room. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. I love your energy, Miss Jackie. I love your energy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Everything is just be rolling. I like it.
Miss Jackie, can we put you on alert? We may have to ask you to come and speak at our meeting, our meetings one evening.
No problem. It will be my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, take care yourself.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
All right. Goodbye.